Welcome to Anime Analyst. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday evening? It is 7 o'clock and it is time to review our anime. Our anime of the day is Yatagarasu. The Raven does not choose its master. And of course, none of us choose our master. We are slaves to the world. Is that how it comes out? Alright, tonight is a spring of 2024. It is brought to us by Pierrot Studios. The source is a novel, not a short novel, a full-fledged novel. So this is a pretty thick book. I think there's like 300 pages. The genre is a drama fantasy, and its theme is historical and mythological. And wow, do you not? If you have not seen this, those themes explain this in order, do a T. Wow, and we will. I don't know. It's kind of a spoiler, but it's not. So we'll be careful in getting around there. You know, we're not big on. We don't want to give you spoilers. No spoilers here. So we will do our best to explain this without giving a spoiler, but let me say, this is a must-see anime. This has got the twist, and this is the definition of the word twist. Okay, it's a beautiful one, so you got to check it out. It is PG-13, and it is a story. It's like Japanese back in the early 1st or 2nd century. I would say around a year 1000 to 1200 maybe. I mean, we've got, you know, swords, and there's no sorcery. This is really close to Japan historical. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say like it will give you the clear picture of the history of Japan, like how the royal family operated, how they lived, how the politics worked, like how the plots and
Other than the three-legged ravens, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but with the first time I watched that kid jump off and become a raven, I mean, you see him drop down, all of a sudden the bird comes up. I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, the coolest thing that us humans cannot do is fly. And there is no secret about that. And let me bring up, that was picture 1. Nope, sorry. Picture 2. Nope, sorry, picture 3. There we go. All right, there's the raven. I had him in the wrong order. I apologize for you. But that's, I mean, wouldn't that be so cool if we could just fly? Now, this thing starts off with showing us Japanese and the nobility fighting amongst itself. And Japan's very chi-oriented, so it's a north, south, east, west. I think I said that wrong, but I think it's northwest, south, east is how you're supposed to say it. And it kind of gives us a clue in how Japanese nobility works, that they kind of are conniving, and you know, it's kind of like this entire world is. It just happens to be Japan's history. Or Japan-like history. Don't let me, we don't want to say nothing wrong here by saying this is Japan's history. This is modeled off of Japanese history, and which I love. I think Japanese history is cool. I love the samurai, and I like how sword fighting skills are how you can speak to each other, and how truth can be determined. I love that about swords. You know, you want to have a conversation about who, you just duke it out with swords, and you know, then everybody knows the truth. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's a basic story. And I kind of was, I don't know about you, but I was a little curious in the beginning, and I thought the whole thing was going to be around these 4 girls trying to get with the Kinu, and I didn't understand the aid. Um, I didn't understand why they were playing so big on him. I thought the main character was the canoe, but it's not. It was the
his attendant.
yes, his attendant. Um, and it started off kind of like any. They were really good at keeping the twist in check throughout the first part of this anime. I mean, this thing's been 20 episodes long, so it's been a while, and we can only see one every week, so it makes it, you got to remember what was going on. So periodically, I don't know about you, but I go back and I'll rewatch, like when 5 comes out, I'll go back to the beginning and watch the whole thing. How do you watch the longer animes like this?
Actually, I try to avoid watching the animes that are not completed because I cannot wait for the next episode.
You're a completionist. Believe me, don't get me wrong. I have just spent the last 2 days binge watching SAO again. I am up to I'm starting the 3rd season tonight, but I've done this 4 or 5 times now, and there's 7 seasons of SAO. And so I love binge watching, but I also like watching and leaving myself with what's going to happen next week, and to think about where the story is gone. So I fully got developed into what do they call it, the North Palace, where the ladies were at.
It's I think a blown castle.
Okay. And I kind of, did you get into, who is he going to pick? I mean, why is this guy not even gone down and, why is the Kinu not even gone down and see the girls yet?
I think that would be a big spoiler, like if we tell the reason, like why he's not going
Oh,
to
no,
that.
no, no. I'm not saying the reason. I'm just saying it was perplexing to me because you don't see the Kinu, or you don't understand who he is or the fight, and all that particular part's in the synopsis, so there's no spoiler in there. There's no nothing. And I guess we could talk freely about like 1 through figure 8. I don't want to start talking about the higher ones yet, and that's where the cool part of this anime is. So you gotta watch through, and if you want to understand what's going on the upwards, like right now, they just did episode 19, so we got 5 more days for the last episode, which is episode 20. And I can't wait. I'm on pins and needles. Those 7 days are torture for me, but I still do it to myself constantly because I like the anticipation in what you got coming. This is a really good story.
I know, but there is one thing, like if you wait for the episode like every week, you get disappointed really easily. Like if they move the story slowly, or like they don't give you anything for the waiting period.
Oh, really? That you don't like that then? See, I can do both. I like binge watching, but I like that anticipation. I am kind of bummed that we only get 23 minutes of story. I wish I could get at least an hour of it, but
Yeah, but this 23-minute also has credits and intro, so like it only leaves you around 19 or 20 minutes for the anime.
all right, if we take those off, which we've even done that here at Anime Analyst, we chopped our introduction down. We got our new one tonight. It's only 9 seconds. We're not trying to advertise anything in the beginning. We just want to let you know, hey, it's 7 o'clock, got your drink, got your chips. Are you ready for the next 10 minutes of your life and learning about the next anime? So, in closing here, Give us what you want to, what you'd want our audience to know about this anime.
I really like this one, like from the episode one, like how they develop the story and how they hide the Kinu. Like they didn't introduce him right away. They did, but we didn't knew that. So like how the story, and I think like this is a great portrayal of the history of like Japan, like how they are living and how the royal family is, how the politics is, like how he has to choose a wife to get to the throne,
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't like that.
yeah.
Now, are you following the part where it's not the firstborn that gets
Yeah.
this position? There's a whole bunch of family politics going on, royal family etiquette and politics going on that'll, you know,
And I
it,
think they portrayed it really beautifully and accurately. Like there are many stories in the history where the second sons took the throne, or like they have fights over the throne. Like if he's not from the same mother, like the mother is plotting against second one, and
well, back then you have one husband to four wives, and that was mainly, it wasn't because they wanted to have harems. They don't even call it a harem. You have to have 10 to 15 kids because most of those kids didn't make it to adulthood. So if you wanted to pass something on, you better. My parents, my mother comes from 13 children. I think it's 13. Okay? And I grew up with a sister. You know, families keep getting smaller and smaller because everybody's living the whole time. So, all right, we won't bore you with all that stuff, but that's it. You will love this one. We both give it high ratings. It's an intelligent, well written, well directed, well illustrated anime, and I can't wait to see the last episode. And we will see you here tomorrow night. So y'all have a good evening. We'll talk to you later.